calls all times, obey my commands all times. Touch gloves, go back, let's do this.
Hurley and Diaz, as you look in the corner of Diaz here with a record of 3-1. Young up-and-comer, Hurley now trying to come back. He's had some problems, some shoulder injuries. Now he's trying to get back in the groove, and as Steven talked about earlier, we talked about him training seriously to get ready for this.
Well, he was injured. Nick Diaz, Nathan's older brother, hurt his arm in submission, and then Alex Garcia hurt his shoulder on a slam.
And Diaz quickly slams Hurley to the canvas here, and this, the start of the first of 3 5-minute rounds is what it's scheduled for.
Hurley tried to go high with the right hand, and Nathan ducked under, got him on his back.
Diaz moving Hurley directly into the fence, smart tactic.
Nice flip over there by Hurley, almost into the mount. That was a great move.
And they are literally right on top of us here.
Right here with us on the fence in this corner.
Hurley really being smart there with the knees coming up in the direction of Nathan's head.
Looking for an angle to try to get a takedown here, and there it is.
There's the trip. He's right in your lap, Jeff.
Yeah, we're getting a good view right here, and I can hear Nick Diaz sitting right next to me coaching Nathan.
Well, Nathan Diaz has Hurley on the ground right in front of us, and his brother is just about 3 feet away. We're right here in the Diaz corner where the action's taking place.
Nathan's trying very hard here to try to pull his right arm out. Hurley keeping that right arm locked in, forcing him to just use his left to strike.
You can see there how close we are to the action.
We see the shoulder slam there by Nathan Diaz. Hurley keeping that right arm trapped and pushing back. Hurley with an up kick attempt.
And he's trying to lock that arm down again on Diaz. Good defensive tactic there to try to take the power hand away.
One thing I like that Hurley's doing, he's rolling with all those strikes to the head so far.
Hurley's rolling. Diaz working some to the body, getting a couple of shots in there on the right side. Now you might have heard his brother there coaching him well, telling him to get him against that fence more, and that's what Nathan Diaz is trying to do here.
And we got the pushback there by Joe Hurley and a low kick and a good left hand by Diaz.
He is very active here in the top position, really going for ground and pound.
And getting some shots in on the ribs there, working the body as much as he can now when those head shots aren't going in for him.
A lot of time, you take what your opponent is giving you, don't force the action, let it flow. And there you go, now those long arms starting to reach down and hit Hurley's head. A little more conviction, a little more accuracy.
And there's Diaz again going to work. Diaz again with the pounding.
But there's one thing that Hurley's doing, he's picking off a good deal of those shots.
They're not hitting full force, they're not hitting truly clean.
That landed.
His best shots seem to be when he's worked the rib area and gone with the body punches. As Hurley lands a few kicks there.
It's 3-by-3 rounds here.
We're seeing a pattern here. We're seeing the heels on hips push away by Hurley, and Nathan coming in with a right low kick to the leg and going over the top with punches. And we're going to see the same thing happen. And we almost got the flip over there by Hurley. Hurley pushing back, and we got the same. Nathan's got to be careful of that up kick. So he's trapping the legs when he comes back down.
And he moves right back down to avoid that.
I give Hurley a lot of credit here. He's hanging in there against a very tough top opponent here. Looking to try to pass guard.
Defensively, he's not taking a beating.
No, and he's really tying up Diaz's right arm. Yeah. Diaz really hasn't been super effective with that right hand, but very good with the left. He's punching well.
And again, the action, as you can see right here in front of us, as Diaz continues on top here, trying to go to work on Hurley.
Oh!
Outside.
He got that one in. He got that one in. And that's where the shots have been coming. He's done well working the body shots especially. Hasn't been able to score much trying to go to the head of Hurley, who has done a good defensive job here in this first round.
Nathan deciding to go with the elbow, but it was blocked by Hurley. It's a really exciting ground and pound guard match right now.
Spending lots of energy here.
50 seconds to go in this first round.
Hurley's got to get out of this position, though. He's been in this position long enough. Aggression-wise, Diaz is taking the round, even though he's not doing a lot of damage in order to stop the fight per se. He's still piling up points.
He's getting out there to the side here. Might get side mount. Good position to strike from.
Under 30 seconds to go in the first round. Hurley has been on that canvas for a good 3+ minutes in this first round.
Diaz landing a significant punch right there. Diaz really busy. Josh Rosenthal, a referee, looking on.
10 seconds.
And Diaz comes in with the right.
Hurley will survive this round. Really not hurt, as you said, though.
And you wonder about any ring rust. Do you see any of that on Joe Hurley here? Could you guys tell from that first round? Of course, he's had the shoulder injury that's limited action in the last couple of years.
I wouldn't say it was ring rust. It was a wrong game plan, per se, to be on your back against Nathan Diaz. But I didn't see any ring rust as far as blocking punches, laying on his back in the guard.
This is scheduled for 3 rounds. Big roundhouse by Diaz doesn't land.
Yeah, he's really going to be in trouble because Diaz has got his number here with that right hook. There it is again.
And the southpaw Diaz goes to work again and lands the knee. And Hurley tries to come right back. And again, they move right into this corner.
And
this is Diaz's corner.
And Nick Diaz is saying, keep him up. But Nathan puts him down.
He's back on the canvas.
I think Nick sensed that Nathan was really beating him in the standing there, wanted to keep it up there, maybe go for the knockout.
So far, I haven't seen anything that would suggest that Joe Hurley could submit Nathan Diaz from the bottom.
Every one of those kicks Nathan absorbed without even flinching his head or taking his eyes off his opponent. That was very impressive to me. He didn't seem at all concerned about the strikes of Hurley.
1 minute into this second round, Hurley and Diaz is where he's been most of this fight there, moving on top and trying to control the action in the ground and pound.
Yeah, he's got the side mount position now, and he's going to either think about an arm bar or go for a side
right
choke.
There, right knee and punch.
Yeah,
right knee and punch.
Yeah, he's going to go for. If Hurley turns his back, it's a bad position. Hurley standing back up into a standing guillotine. It's a bad position for Hurley.
Diaz trying to end it here in the second round.
And it's been pretty tight.
Yeah, he popped out. Very nice. And now he's on top for a change. Let's see if we're going to see a change in fortune here. Joe Hurley needs to get busy and steal this round away.
Oh, no ring rust on a move like that for Joe Hurley.
Well, he's on top because Nathan went after him with the choke, and now he's got a triangle, and this one's in deep.
That's in deep.
This one's in really deep.
He's not going to get out of that.
No, he's not. Control the arm. Just pull down on the head.
He's got him. There it is. There's the
Nathan Diaz trying to get Hurley to tap out here in the second.
Okay, then he taps out.
That's it.
That's it.
Nathan Diaz.
Deep.
Triangle choke by Diaz ends the fight here in round 2.
And he showed a complete arsenal there. Ability to take down, great stand-up, and even a lot of good submission attempts.
And it looked like Joe Hurley maybe for a minute just was able to catch some kind of break there in the second round and get away from it all, but Nathan Diaz was all over him with every stop.
But the problem is, in jiu-jitsu, if you're on top, doesn't mean you're winning the fight, and the guy on the bottom wins right here with a triangle.
There you see the leg locked in. Diaz making sure it's hooked in nice and tight. And control the arm and pull down on the head.
Got like a spider to the web.
Pretty much. Spider-Man would be proud.
And Nathan Diaz is now 4-1 in his career as you take a look at the man from Stockton, California.